For centuries, the Galactic Concord had catalogued thousands of worlds, yet one entry stood out as an anomaly: Earth. The numbers made no sense: surface gravity too high, atmospheric density too volatile, axial tilt too chaotic. Every species that reviewed the data concluded the same thing: no sapient life could have evolved there. But rumors persisted: ghost stories from fringe traders, whispers of bipedal primates who walked casually in gravity so crushing it could pulverize a Calorian soldier. The Concorde dismissed these tales as fabrications, spacefarer exaggerations, but after a series of border skirmishes with unknown operatives, soldiers who moved impossibly fast and hit impossibly hard, the whispers became strategic concerns. So the Concorde decided to test the truth. General Zerath of the Valka Dominion spearheaded the investigation. His species had won countless battles through superior physiology. Valka bones were reinforced with crystalline fibers, their muscles engineered through centuries of biowarfare. If anyone could endure the gravity of Earth, it was them. The preparation chamber buzzed with tension as elite Valka troopers were fitted with exosupport harnesses, gravity compensators, and bone reinforcement gels. "The readings cannot be accurate," Lieutenant Serac muttered. "No world-sustaining high-order life operates at such crushing force." General Zerath offered a dismissive flick of his claws. "Myth and exaggeration. We will demonstrate that the rumors are nothing but primitive fear-mongering." The dropship descended through Earth's atmosphere. Each meter closer caused the hull to groan like an animal in pain. The gravity compensators whined, overclocking beyond safe limits. "Sir, compensation is at 120%, the pilot warned. "We cannot sustain this for long." Zerath refused to retreat. "We only need minutes on the surface." The ship landed in a quiet valley on the outskirts of a forest. Earth's morning sun cast warm gold across the clearing. The first Valkar trooper stepped off the ramp. And the universe went silent. A crack echoed across the clearing, followed by a second, then a sickening wet thud. The soldier collapsed instantly, armor buckling inward, bones shattering like glass beneath gravity more brutal than any battlefield weapon. Before medics could react, two more troopers fell, their skeletons unable to bear the invisible weight crushing them downward. "Impossible," Serac gasped as monitors screamed warnings. "This world, it is a death world." General Zerath stared into the trees, breath grinding in his throat. For the first time in his military career, he felt fear. He finally understood why the rumors scared even the bravest captains of the fringe lanes. If something intelligent lived here, if something evolved to thrive under this, the galaxy had severely underestimated humanity. While the Concorde's elite forces struggled merely to stand, the inhabitants of Earth went about their mourning with casual indifference. A human named Dr. Lena Hartley clipped her radio to her vest as she hiked toward her field lab nearby. Her boots sank slightly into the dew-damp soil. She never considered it impressive. To her, gravity felt normal. To any off-worlder, though, her every step would have been an act of superhuman endurance. As Lena reached a familiar clearing, she froze. A metallic shape, sleek, angular alien, sat half-buried in the ground. Smoke rose from its vents, and scattered around it were creatures unlike anything she'd studied, tall, armored, reptilian yet metallic. Some lay still, others writhed weakly. "Oh my God," she whispered, rushing forward. General Zerath watched from a half-functional visor feed as the human approached. She moved effortlessly, unconcerned by the weight that crushed his soldiers. He tried to stand. His spine screamed, his ribs trembled. The sheer force of Earth's gravity felt like a hydraulic press around his organs. Yet she walked as if strolling through a park. She knelt beside one of the fallen troopers, touching his armor. "You're alive," she said softly. "Hold on, I need to call for help." She raised her radio, unaware that her voice alone sent panic through the remaining Valkar. Her tone carried no strain, no evidence that she was exerting microscopic amounts of energy just to stand. To them, it was unnatural strength. A monster wearing a soft-fleshed guise. Zerath coughed, blood tinged with blue dribbling from his lips. "Human," he croaked. The translator struggled but captured the word. Lena jerked back. "You can talk," she breathed. "You understand me." "We did not believe your kind existed," Zerath rasped. "Not like this." Lena frowned in confusion. "What do you mean, like what?" Zerath stared at her with something between awe and horror. "We came to test your world's gravity." Our soldiers' bones snapped instantly. Lena blinked. "Wait, you broke your bones just by being here." "Your home is a weapon," Zerath wheezed. Lena opened her mouth to respond, but stopped, because through the trees came the crunch of heavy boots. A unit of human soldiers approached, rifles slung casually, faces calm. They moved with a relaxed precision that made Zerath's blood run cold. If these were average human soldiers, then the galaxy was in far, far more danger than he had feared. News of the failed gravity test spread across the Concord like wildfire. What should have been a classified operation became a collapse of military secrecy as sensor logs leaked and medic reports circulated. Entire species watched the footage with disbelief and dread. Valkar troopers, bioengineered super soldiers, reduced to twitching heaps within seconds of contact with Earth's gravity, the ship's compensators melting under the strain, their strongest warriors unable to stand, while a single human walked freely among them. The implications were catastrophic. The Council of Worlds convened in emergency session. Representatives argued in frantic tones. If humans thrive in such an environment, imagine their bone density. Their muscles must be, by our standards, military grade. An untrained civilian could crush a Threxian officer. If they possess interstellar travel, we would not survive a conflict. "Do they possess interstellar travel?" the High Chancellor demanded. "They do now," replied an analyst, pulling up footage of a human recovery team disassembling the Valkar dropship with bare hands and simple tools. A device meant to withstand plasma storms surrendered under their grip like thin metal foil. Panic spread through the assembly. Species that had dominated galactic politics for millennia now cowered at the thought of a species forged by a planet that crushed their finest soldiers with no effort. "We must send a diplomatic envoy," the Chancellor declared, "before these humans decide we are a threat." Military strategists objected. "They will interpret our fear as weakness." But scientists argued they may not yet know how powerful they are. Politicians begged, "We cannot allow another Dominion war." In the chaos, one voice rose above the others, Ambassador Sira of the gentle Elari. "We must approach with humility," she insisted. "Not dominance, not arrogance. These are not primitive creatures. They evolved under conditions deadly to us. They are, by definition, apex survivors." "But what if they are hostile?" a counselor hissed. Sira replied coldly, "Then pray they never decide to leave their world." Yet far away on Earth, at a secured research base, Dr. Lena Hartley watched over the recovering Valkar general. She offered water, medical scans, and explanations of Earth's dangers. Gravity, microbes, atmospheric pressure, climate swings, predators. General Zerath listened in trembling silence. Every new detail confirmed what the galaxy feared. Humans were not just survivors. They were the end result of evolution in an environment designed to kill. And they were curious, intelligent, organized, compassionate. The most dangerous combination imaginable. The Concorde's diplomatic envoy arrived near Earth weeks later, choosing a cautious orbit well outside the planet's gravitational influence. They sent a message offering peace and requesting a meeting. The humans responded politely, even cheerfully. Their voice transmissions sounded relaxed, even amused. To the Concorde, that was terrifying. When the shuttle descended, its landing thrusters screamed under the gravity well. Even inside industrial-grade compensators, the alien diplomats staggered. Yet waiting for them at the landing site was a single human representative. Captain Jonah Reeves. He stood arms crossed, posture relaxed, as if unaware he was demonstrating strength beyond their military's limits. The ground didn't buckle beneath him, his spine didn't bend, His heartbeat remained steady. The Elari ambassador stepped forward shakily, feathers trembling. "We greet the people of Earth in peace." Reeves smiled, a simple, friendly gesture, but to the aliens it felt like watching a predator bare its teeth before choosing not to attack. "Welcome," he said warmly, "and don't worry, we've reinforced the ground and pressure systems to help you stand. You're safe here." "Safe." The word echoed, like a line no alien dared challenge. Inside the conference hall, the Valkar general, now partially recovered, was present. He bowed his head to Reeves. "This human saved my life and that of my soldiers," he said to the diplomats. "Treat them with respect." "Respect," Reeves repeated with a chuckle. "That's all we ask. We're not looking to conquer anyone." He leaned forward slightly, "But we won't be conquered either." The room tensed. That one sentence held enough weight to shake star empires. Reeves continued, "Your soldiers got hurt here. We're sorry for that. Your biology wasn't made for this planet. Humans evolved under extreme conditions. We didn't choose it. We just adapted." "Adapted," Ambassador Sierra murmured. "You make it sound simple." Reeves shrugged casually. "Survival usually is." That sentence alone made every diplomat reevaluate humanity. Survival, to humans, was simple. To the rest of the galaxy, it was war. The meeting ended with a treaty proposal: peace, scientific exchange, limited contact. The Concord agreed instantly, not out of trust, but out of fear. General Zerath knew the truth. He whispered to the counselors as he was escorted out, "We must never provoke them. If Earth made these beings, imagine what they could become beyond it." The treaty spread through the galaxy, and with it spread something deeper than diplomacy. A new understanding, a new fear, a new respect. Across star systems, military academies analyzed human physiology with horrified fascination. Earth's gravity, once dismissed as data corruption, now stood as a reminder that nature could forge monsters far stronger than engineered soldiers. Human bone density surpassed armored species. Their muscles generated battlefield-level force. Their immune system shrugged off pathogens lethal to most civilizations. Their psychology, adapted to constant danger, was unshakable. But what terrified the galaxy most was humanity's attitude. They were kind, cooperative, curious, and compassionate, which meant if they ever became hostile, it would not be out of cruelty, but necessity. Species that had once looked down on weaker civilizations now reconsidered their prejudices. If humans, who walked casually in death-world conditions, could show gentleness and mercy, then perhaps the galaxy needed to rethink what strength truly meant. General Zerath, now an ambassador himself, gave a galaxy-wide address. "I once believed the Valkar were the pinnacle of evolution," he admitted, "but humanity taught me humility. Their world broke my strongest soldiers without lifting a weapon, yet their people healed us, protected us, taught us kindness. Fear them if you must," he continued, "but respect them always." On Earth, Captain Jonah Reeves and Dr. Lena Hartley watched the broadcast. Reeves chuckled. "We're really causing an interstellar panic just by existing." Lena elbowed him. "Hey, it's not our fault the universe is fragile." The two walked across the field base, their steps firm, balanced, effortless. Above them, the sky shimmered as alien ships passed in orbit, careful not to descend too far. Earth remained what it had always been. A harsh, brutal, beautiful crucible. A world that demanded strength and adaptability from anything that dared live upon it. And humans, shaped by gravity that crushed other species, had risen from that crucible not as monsters, but as survivors capable of compassion. The galaxy had tested Earth, and Earth had answered without needing to fight. For the first time in galactic history, the universe understood one undeniable truth. Humanity was not dangerous because of its strength. Humanity was dangerous because it did not realize how strong it truly was.